What up, fam? It's your boy Aaron coming to you again from First and Faithful. Fam, I come bearing good news. The NFL Players Association, the owners, they got together, figured out their issues. We are going to have a training camp, which means we are that much closer to having an actual NFL season. I don't know about y'all. I am pumped for this news. In the time when good news is rare, this is wonderful. It's good to see. Some things to note about kind of training camp and preseason. There are no preseason games. That's gone. So the one nice thing for teams is you don't have to worry about traveling or anything like that. You can kind of just have your base of operating, just stay there. So that is, I believe, in kind of this weird, since we didn't have OTAs and mini camps, that's probably a huge advantage for the players and the coaches themselves. A couple other things to note: the salary cap for this season is unchanged. It stays at its $198.2 million. That was already set at. That has not changed. The changes happen going forward. Any lost revenue gets spread out over the next 4 seasons through 2024. Also, the cap, and this is probably the most important thing for the league, but as Niner fans, the cap for next season, 2021, starts, or the floor is set at $175 million. Now that can go up depending on revenues from this season, how many fans are allowed, or if fans are allowed, how many, etc. That revenue can boost that number up. For Niner fans, that's huge. Obviously, Niners trying to work out an extension with George Kittle. So, I'm sure some of the issue was the uncertainty of what the cap was going to look like the next couple of years. Obviously, you have not only the Kittle extension. Mostert's obviously not happy with his contract. Not as big a deal. What he's asking for money is not a big deal. But even more important, after the season, you have at least 2 or 3 pretty important free agents. You have Trent Williams, who you're looking to re-sign, Richard Sherman, Tart, amongst others. I think Juice is also, I believe, a free agent after this season. So these are big time free agents you're hoping to, or potential free agents that you're hoping to keep in house. That number, that 175 floor, makes it, probably a little more difficult. Keep in mind, the projected cap for next season for 2021 was supposed to be $210 million. That was the projected cap. So you're looking at a possible $35 million deficit on your salary cap for 2021. That is a lot of money when you're trying to re-sign free agents and extensions, all that. So just kind of devastating. I assume you will see with extensions and even free agents, you'll see a lot of backloaded contracts. I wouldn't be surprised if the Kittle extension gets done. You see the numbers for the next 2 seasons on the smaller end of things, and then after that grow exponentially to account for the assumed rise back up in salary cap. So from a Niner perspective, that's kind of how that affects them, trying to get the Kittle extension done, free agents, all that. For the Niners, I would say that this probably came at the worst possible time. Obviously the Kittle extension, the free agents coming up. If you're trying to make a trade for Jamal Adams, who's looking to reset the safety market. Now I don't know how that affects the ability to trade for him if he's going to ask for a big extension. Not just Niners, any team that's looking to trade for someone like Jamal Adams. A couple other things to note with everybody reporting. Rookies, quarterbacks, and rehabbing players reported yesterday, the 23rd, and basically follows a pretty basic schedule. First day is testing. I know the Niners have a testing trailer set up outside their facility in Santa Clara. You test first day, self-quarantine. I know they came in yesterday, tested, quarantined today, Friday, tomorrow, Saturday. They take another test Sunday. If both the Thursday test and Sunday tests are negative, they are able to report to the facility for the physicals, equipment fitting, and they can start, working out in the weight room, etc. Everybody else, basically all the veterans, everybody else reports next Tuesday and basically follows the same procedure. Testing, 2 days of quarantine, testing, if both are negative. They will report, I believe it's next Sunday, August 1st, or next Saturday or Sunday on August 1st. Same thing, physicals, equipment, and they can start working out as well. And then you can see here the kind of timeline going forward. You can kind of see what I already talked about. Day 1 testing, day 2, 3, quarantine meetings, day 4, 5, 6, and then here you see days 7 through 15 is the strength and conditioning part, trying to ramp up, get everybody kind of loose and ready to go. Practice starts day 16, which I believe includes a couple days of just shells, just helmets and shorts, and then on day 21 is when the first padded practice would start, give or take day 21. The padded practices can begin on August 17th. As we kind of go forward on that, 2 weeks of practice takes us right up to about that first week of September. The season starts September 10th. Chiefs Titans, NFL kickoff. Niners open at home against the Cardinals on the 13th, the same day most of the other games are. Like I said, just super excited. Anything gets us that much closer to the start of the season is great. I know the last couple of weeks people were, I think, starting to really think that there wasn't going to be a season. I kind of always assumed there would be, just because that's a lot of money to lose. So I just, for me, money rules. It's cash rules everything around me. So I just assumed that we were going to have a season, maybe without the fans in the stadium, but there's no way they were going to not have a season. And it looks like we're inching ever so closely to it. So there you go, fam. Like I said, I'm really excited. We're getting some good news. That much closer to the actual start of the NFL season. I can't speak for anybody else, but after being basically stuck inside, if I'm going to be stuck inside, at least let me have my Niners, let me have my football. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the start of camp. Next week, I'll have a video going over what position battles I will be watching. Battles I think you all should be watching. But in the meantime, this has been First and Faithful. I'm Aaron. Have a great day. Bye-bye.